You have heard about Claude AI, but the API sounds like something only developers can use. What if I told you that's completely wrong? In this video, we are going to demystify the Claude API together. No technical jargon, no confusing concepts, just a simple, step-by-step guide to understanding what an API actually is and how you can start using Claude's power in your own projects today. Imagine if coding is no longer required to harness advanced AI intelligence. But that chef's skills are useless to you without a menu. An API is that menu, a structured list of capabilities you can order from. You do not need to learn to cook, you just need to know how to ask. This simple interface is what lets you command Claude's intelligence, bypassing the immense complexity happening in the kitchen. The key insight is that the menu standardizes the entire interaction. You do not see the kitchen chaos, you just receive what you requested. An API provides that same clarity. It is the definitive contract between you and the service, guaranteeing that when you ask for something specific, you get back exactly what you ordered every single time. And it is that same, simple clarity that eliminates any guesswork. You, the developer, become the customer placing an order. You specify exactly what you want on the form. The API is the kitchen that prepares it perfectly, and the response delivered back is your finished meal. You only need to know what's on the menu and how to ask. This entire process happens through code, a programmatic conversation. You do not navigate a website, you send structured data from your application. The Claude API receives your request, processes it with intelligence, and returns structured data directly back to your software. It's a seamless, automated handshake that connects your app to Claude's capabilities. Think of it as the ultimate kitchen blueprint. This ordering system defines exactly how your code can communicate with Claude's intelligence. It specifies the format for your requests and the structure of the responses, creating a reliable, standardized pipeline for powering your applications with world-class AI reasoning. Think every AI tool requires coding? This hidden truth proves you wrong. But this isn't a password you use directly. Think of it as your unique digital signature, granting you permission to access Claude's capabilities. You'll need to keep this key secret and secure, as anyone with it can make requests on your account and potentially incur charges. Guard it closely. Now, the endpoint is the exact destination. It is where your request is delivered, and it determines which model you are speaking to and what it can do. Using the wrong endpoint is like calling the wrong phone number. You simply will not get the service you need. So precision here is non-negotiable. Next is your message, the actual content of your request. This is the question or instruction you send. Without a clear and specific prompt, the model can only guess what you need. So, invest time here. The quality of your output directly depends on the clarity of your input. You do not need to be a developer to harness cutting-edge AI. The Claude API shatters that myth, and here's the hidden truth about making your first call. This step is your golden ticket, but there's a crucial nuance most tutorials miss. You are not just creating an account, you are unlocking the gateway to your personal AI environment. Think of this API key as your unique fingerprint in the Claude ecosystem. It's the single credential that authorizes every single interaction you'll have. Navigate to the console. This is the cockpit, not the lobby. That API key is more than a password, it's your direct, private line into the model's intelligence. You will find it here, and from this moment, you are the client, and Claude is on standby, ready for your first command. Guard this key, it is the sole proof of your identity. Now, you'll see a prominent button labeled Create Key. Press it. What you have now isn't just a string of characters, it is a uniquely generated credential that authenticates every single request from you to Claude. Copy it immediately and store it securely. This key represents your access and your responsibility to the entire platform. That moment of creation is your peak vulnerability. Never copy it into a public note or an open document. Treat this string as the master password to your intellectual property. Losing control here isn't an inconvenience, it is a catastrophic breach. Your immediate action defines your entire security posture. Now, secure that key immediately. Do not wait. Implement it directly into your secure environment or a dedicated secrets manager. This single action moves you from theory to practice, transforming a potential liability into operational power. Your project's security foundation is set here. Forget everything you think about coding your own AI assistant. This moment is where the abstraction becomes tangible. The Anthropic console transforms that intimidating concept of API into an immediate, hands-on interface you can experiment with right now. You are not just configuring a tool, you are directly commanding a powerful AI through its most fundamental channel. The console is your gateway to that direct conversation. So, you are typing that prompt. This is the critical shift. The interface disappears, and you are now communicating with the intelligence itself. The key insight is this, that simple question travels across the internet as a formal request and returns not just an answer, but a proof of concept. You have just established a direct line to advanced AI. And in this silent, rapid exchange, you receive more than a response. You get a direct validation of connection. That's the moment of truth. Your instructions are being executed by a vast, sophisticated system. The pattern is now set. You have successfully orchestrated a complex process with a single, simple command. The capability is now yours to direct. This is the structure of intelligence itself, delivered to you. The key insight is that this isn't just an answer, it is a detailed, machine-readable confirmation of a successful transaction. What this means is you now have a direct, programmable interface to advanced reasoning. The capability has been unlocked and proven. Your code is now in conversation with capability. And now, the critical shift, that chat interface you know is for humans. This API is for machines. You are not typing a prompt, you are sending a structured request. The machine does not just reply, it returns a predictable, structured payload your code can instantly act upon. You have moved from having a conversation to commanding a powerful, automated function. Forget everything you think about coding and AI complexity. So imagine instantly analyzing every customer email, detecting frustration, and drafting a perfect, personalized reply. That's what you can build. The key insight is transforming chaotic, manual support into a scalable, intelligent system. Your business responds faster, resolves issues smarter, and frees your team for truly complex work. This is how you turn a cost center into a strategic advantage. Now, hold on. Everyone focuses on content volume. That's wrong. The real power is creating an intelligence layer that knows your brand's voice better than you do. It crafts posts that strategically build community and drive action. You are not just automating a writer, you are scaling a unique, persuasive voice that directly fuels your growth. But what about mastering the topic itself? Imagine an assistant that does not just retrieve information, but truly deconstructs and explains it for you, adapting to your exact learning style. The key insight is that you can build a personal tutor that clarifies concepts in real time, turning confusion into genuine understanding on demand. So, let's shift from consuming information to building systems. The pattern here is automation. You can build intelligent agents that analyze complex documents, extract the critical points, and deliver concise, executive-level summaries. This isn't just about finding data, it's about creating a workflow that actively distills clarity from overwhelming information. Now, imagine a partner that never runs out of ideas. The insight is that the API enables an endless creative collaborator. It can generate your next chapter's twist or compelling brand narratives, learning your unique voice to consistently deliver fresh, on-brand material. This transforms a blank page from a barrier into a dynamic, productive conversation. Why trust big tech with your AI when you can own it in 5 minutes? Think of your API key as the password to your bank account. If you post it online, anyone can use it, and you are the one who gets the bill. The key insight is that exposure happens accidentally, often in a code screenshot or a public repo. You must treat it as a secret credential, or you will be paying for strangers' conversations. Many developers jump straight to intricate, multi-step tasks and get frustrated. The key insight is that AI models, like a new teammate, need clear, simple instructions first. Start with a single, direct question. Master that basic conversation, then gradually add complexity. You will build reliable, effective interactions instead of debugging confusing, failed prompts from the very start. Here's the reality, a model cannot process what it cannot fit. You must manage the conversation length. If you exceed the token limit, the model literally forgets the start of your conversation, breaking your logic. Always track your usage and plan your prompts strategically to stay within bounds and maintain a coherent, complete response. Do not just send raw text. The key insight is that your request format directly shapes the model's reasoning. Structured data yields structured thinking. What this means is that sloppy formatting introduces hidden variables and unclear instructions. You are not just passing data, you are designing the conversation's framework. Precision here is how you unlock predictable, high-quality outputs every single time. Don't let surprise costs sink your project. The pattern clearly indicates that usage can spike unexpectedly when experimenting. Here's what's really happening, the free tier is your controlled proving ground. What this means is you validate your logic and cost structure before committing real budget. This discipline separates successful builders from those with runaway bills. APIs are just standardized ways to request services from software. Anyone can get started with Claude API using free tools and an API key. The real power comes in automating and integrating AI into your workflows. Try making your first API call today and share what you build in the comments.